Hi, Stephanie. My name is Lisa Asp. I'm a PPA juror, and I am happy to give you a critique today for your image titled, Were You Sitting Here? This was one that you submitted in March to the Merit Image Review, and unfortunately it did not merit, but the judges did feel it had some potential. So let's take a look at the image, and I'll see if I can give you some feedback to help you out with getting it to the next level if you want to resubmit. Great pose. I'm a pet photographer, so I always get excited when we've got some awesome dogs that come up in competition, and I get to take a look at them and score them. Yeah, the pose is great. I love the head tilt, love the eye direction. You've got the ears up, so there's a whole lot here that's going on that's really, really well done. I like the overall tones. Your color balance is phenomenal with the grays that go throughout. So that's all done really well. I think a couple of things to take a look at that I think might push it into the next level. Some of the retouching, you've got, and it's not anything that you did in retouching, but I think things that you could retouch and rework to make it better. This is kind of a velvety couch, and with velvet, you rub it one way, it looks one way, you rub it the other way, and you get a totally different tone. So you've got some markings through the couch that I think, if you were to reshoot, I would just take my hand and make sure that all the couch cushions and everything are all pushed in the same direction. But like this big one right here in the second kind of pillow, we'll call it, I think that you could just do like a content aware fill and it would just blend it together. Take out all of these little lines and anything that is a distraction to the dog. Over here on the top right, you've got some lines in the second to the last one. So, velvet is a tricky thing to work with. And I think that's one of those things that just keeps the judge's eye kind of moving throughout and not for a good reason. So if you can go in and rework that, same thing down here, on the bottom part of the couch, you've got some lines on the seat and on the front of the seat. I wouldn't worry so much, I guess, about the little wrinkles that are caused by the weight of the dog, but any of the velvet that's being pushed a different direction, I would try to smooth that out. I think overall, your tones are a little bit bright. There's not a lot of detail in the blaze along the nose and through the eyes. I can see some detail in the white of our right side paw, so the dog's left paw, but the dog's right paw, the one that's on our left, there seems to be a lack of detail in there as well. And I know it's really tricky when you've got white fur and you've got black or darker fur. But with white, you definitely want to make sure that the judges see detail throughout. The chest fur looks amazing. It's just gorgeous. But they're going to feel that it's blown out if they don't see detail in the whites. And so really take a look at the nose and the blaze and the feet in particular, especially the one that's on our left, viewer left. And I think that will help you out a lot as well. I really think that the overall image could just be darkened down. And that would probably help. I don't think that you would lose detail. There's one area in the hindquarters that's darker, so just watch that. But nothing else is black. And so I think that you could do that, and it would probably help it. Let's talk for a minute too about your presentation. It's not awful, but it's very subtle. I might do a little thicker presentation. So rather than the skinny little mat, I would maybe double the width of it. And then maybe pick something that's not black, like one of the dark gray tones from like the shadow area of the couch, something that's going to tie in with the gray tones overall without going too contrasty. What happens when you've got something very contrasty is the viewer's eye is pulled out to that area. And because there's nothing else really in the image that's black, this is such a departure from what's going on within the image that the eye gets pulled out there. I hope that makes sense. Play around with colors a little bit. Try something that's not black, but you've got, like I said, the shadow areas in the couch that are gray, or even I would probably go with a tone that's in the couch. You've got a slightly different tone in the backdrop. That's probably going, if you were to use the tone from the backdrop, it's going to force, I think, the couch to look a little bit more greenish. So I would stick with that color of the couch for for your presentation. Try that and just see how it goes. But a few things that I think will help you, and hopefully that gives you some idea and you can rework it a little bit. I do think this has a lot of potential, and like I said, you did a lot of things really, really well here. So excellent job on that. I can't wait to see this go even further. Let me know, of course, if you have any questions, and I can help you out from there as well. I want to remind you also that Imaging USA is going to be in Louisville, Kentucky next year. So January 28th through the 30th are the dates. And if you've not been before, you definitely need to go. It's an amazing conference. So much to do, so many people to see. It's just such a good time. So hopefully I will see you there, because I will definitely be there. Thanks so much.